Pike's pushed more and forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's touched on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Coming down.
Does he have it?
Medeiros is going to get it.
They're going to toss it. They haven't got it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's touched on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Hello everybody and welcome to the JPB Nascar Super Series. It's time for round 3 here from the Bristol Motor Speedway. It's our only short track here in our 6-round season and we're set for 85 laps here tonight at this circuit. Myself, Ewan and Larry Jim Biggles alongside me for the evening. We're looking forward to this one very much. It's the only short track, as I mentioned, on the schedule here this season. That's why we've got 85 laps, but we are expecting crashes. We're expecting an interesting race as well. Good to be alongside you once again for this one, Biggles. It's short track racing and Bristol, and if practice is anything to go by, this is going to be about survival somewhat as opposed to speed.
Should absolutely be survival, as you'd mentioned there. Not Drive to Survive, but recently on Netflix, if you get a chance, have a look at the NASCAR series that is there. About give or take about 8 episodes, of course. If you don't know too much about NASCAR, you'll learn a lot about it. Very exciting. And obviously learning about the drivers and these tracks as well, too, these short tracks, and what the drivers like too, as well, if they do go into the road courses or not. All the ovals and all the types of atmospheres that are involved in these ovals. But anyway, before we get too further into talking about all that one, my dear friend, thanks of all, we had to get a bit of a butt kicking because I feel what you've been missing. And butt kicker stuff is actually pretty cool. I don't know if you got it there, Ewan, but you can connect these up to your racing rigs, right? And it's like a thumper. And I don't know if you've all ever been to New York City. Everybody's ever been in New York City before. But they started using thumpers in the police cars. So because people have their music playing up loud and then the cars are kind of soundproof these days. So you can't actually hear the sirens necessarily, but you can feel this rumble. And that's what you're going to feel when you get kicked in the butt. So get butt kicking gear if you can. Standings currently at the moment there for you, Ewan.
Yeah, there you go. Jordan Wenzel with the top place in these standings at the moment. He's 7 points ahead of Ewan Stitchbury and then Tor Tuller in third place. Then David Vegg in Fourth place ahead of Nicolo Fornaciari, tied with Vegard Olsen-Lear for that fifth position. Mikey Pollard, seventh ahead of Ryan Hyatt in eighth place. Then Paul LeMay and Kev Eilert rounding out the top 10, tied on points for ninth at the moment. Paul Hurley's just outside the top 10 at the moment. And there are the rest of them on your screen. As you can see, Murray just a further point back. Jacqueline a few points further back. Tim Perry and Sergio De La Cruz round out the top 15 with Kyler Leo Ivanov in 16th place. Chris Max Davies and Jack Worrell are tied on 35 points ahead of Michael LeMay. And then it's Kim Andre Bjorklund in 20th. Chorbo and Mel at 21st ahead of Rob Woodward. In fact, they're tied on points, as are Paul Clark and Jason Hale. Mark Worrell is 25th after his first appearance this season at Charlotte 2 weeks ago. Jamie Bird is 26th ahead of Alvaro Vasquez Garcia. Then Peter Balassa, Zoltan Demit and Adri Garcia, your top 30 in the standings at the moment. It's still very early in this season, though. We're not even halfway through this season. Qualifying is just coming to an end, and we'll go through the grid very shortly. But as I say, we're still early on in the season, just 2 rounds down so far.
Absolutely correctly got through all those names at the moment. About 20 drivers and gladiators this evening will be participating on this short track here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. And weather conditions are looking not too bad, my dear friend. 43 degrees Celsius. You probably like go and work that one out there. But, of course, this track, short and sweet, overtaking, difficult. I'd have to say, very, very difficult. All about the qualifying, which we'll find out very soon as they grid up. And, in fact, right now, I think we go over to you, my friend. You can read through who is the lucky dogs.
Yes, let's see who is where. Jordan Wenzel is on the pole ahead of Alvaro Garcia with Ryan Hyatt and Ewan Stitchbury on row 2. Lining up behind them, it's Tim Perry and Sergio De La Cruz with Tortulla at Carl Jacqueline on the next row. Kim Andre Bjorklund and Jack Werrell round up the top 10. It's Paul Clark just 11th ahead of Matt Barnett in 12th. 13th will be Vegard Olsen-Lear with Mac Barnes alongside. First appearance of the season for Mac. Then it's Zavos Murray alongside Paul LeMay. Chubbo Mel is 17th ahead of Mark Worrell, making his second appearance in the season, along with his son Jack Worrell, by the way, who's 10th. Stuart Pearson and Jason Hale round out the top 20 on the back row. So that's how we line up for the race. And 85 laps as well. You will notice, based on those qualifying times, you'd expect this race to be, not much longer than 20 minutes, really. But realistically, that's not going to happen. We are going to see some yellows here today. It's such a difficult circuit to get around for 85 laps.
Absolutely correct. I do apologize at the moment why it still has those graphics up on there. So we'll get that sorted out for you immediately. And just at the chat, say hello on the chat at the moment. Then we know Gavin said it there, so it hasn't started yet. Because they were still in the practice session, so we have plenty of time. Actually, you're not going to miss anything at this point, my dear friend. And don't need to shout there, Gavin. We can hear you. It's all right. That space bar was probably kept on. It's okay. Or the caps lock. Yeah. Either way. Yes.
Yes. Don't know what that was all about, but anyway, he did, and so we're nearly ready to go racing. And by the way, it will be 2 pace laps here at Bristol. We've gone for the single pits here, so we're not splitting it over the course of 2 pit lanes as we sometimes do around here at Bristol. It is just the one single pit lane, and that's going to help when we get to pit stops, if there are going to be any even, because you can go through with a whole race on fuel round here. I think these cars can actually do about 100 laps further than this race distance, so they could probably do 2 of these races on 1 tank of fuel. You don't really need to pit in that respect, but will you want tyres at some point? You might well do. So let's wait and find out as the pace truck, more accurately, will pull its way down onto pit lane, and we will be ready to go racing. Jordan Wenzel on the front here at Bristol, getting us underway for round 3 of the JPB Nascar Super Series. We're racing at Bristol, and Jordan Wenzel gets off to a fantastic start with 85 laps ahead of us in Tennessee.
You said it correctly. That's look at the outside run there for the 22 machine of the 15. 15's actually caught at number 3. Jordan's down the road there. Usually fantastic starts from the driver that's leading it is good. Going after the high line at the moment, maybe perhaps is Stitchbury there for the 22 machine there in the 3. So far so good. We've got a couple of gators, just 2 positions dropped there from Garcia, but Jordan way down the road there and looking pretty solid at the moment, but the 3 is starting to approach him.
They are. It's the three of Hyatt who's putting on the most pressure, followed by Stitchbury. Not a great start from Garcia in the orange. Alvaro Vasquez Garcia, unfortunately, dropping a couple of places so far in this race, but just settling into the rhythm very much of this race right now. Coming towards the end of lap 4, and it's good to see that we've got a nice run to start off this race. We've gotten off well, and the different lines are already beginning. Look at this for a bit of seasickness, by the way. Stitchbury up high, just trying to go around the outside of Hyatt, and he is getting some good runs off the turns.
Yeah, you don't realise how difficult it is because we're watching it from the external cameras, but this is an auditorium, really. Look at that, banking out, and he's got to not only focus on the banking, he's focusing, of course, on Ryan in P2, and look at that, but this Stitchbury using the high line, and once again, I'll go back to that drive to survive because of the NASCAR series. We'll give you an indication of why they choose to stick it up to the fence there later on for your tyre wear.
Yeah, it does help in that respect, and it's also going to give you the run off the turn as well. You will have noticed it a couple of laps ago. He was very much into the back, actually, of Hyatt, but you just sort of wanted the risk with running up so high. You can get in the wall very, very easily, and once you're up there, you're kind of stuck in the wall. It takes a bit of getting out of. Further back in the field, this is the 88 car, or the 89, excuse me, I think. Oh, no, it is the 88, excuse me, of Mac Barnes trying to get past Paul LeMay. This is back for 14th place, but the field getting off to a very nice, clean start here for the opening 10 laps.
Yeah, getting on with it, and that's what you want to do. They will slice through these laps already. You'll see 76 to go. Someone choosing up the high line once again. You said you can go all the way to the end deep with the gasoline, but the tyres are going to be crucial. Look at the 83 sitting up near 15. 15 closes the door, shuts the door. As James was saying, the JPB Broadcasting Network, you know, put your nose in there, and it might get chopped off.
Yeah, it might well do. Perry under a lot of pressure here from Toa, who's down the inside. No. Not going to go down the inside on that occasion. It will be Sergio De La Cruz just in behind in the 7 car, in 7th place as well, searching for the highest of lines of the three of them. Tries to get the run off the turn, can't quite, but just take note of the top right as well, by the way, the track map. It is going to be not so long until we see some traffic here. Wenzel is running away from these two. Stitchbury versus Hyatt is becoming a battle again, but these guys are actually not that far away from putting some cars a lap down already.
This is maybe the reason why Stitchbury has actually saved those tyres by running up high to the wall there, because you don't want to go too much on the inside apron too much. You will chew through them, of course. You have to slow off. The rear end will slide. You want gravity. It's just like, you know, when you're flicking something around, isn't it? Your momentum's going to swing to the outside. Outside's going to be the least amount of resistance. And at this point, still Ryan's holding on that P3 position. Jordan's way up the road. Look at the track map. He's about to earn in turn 1. But this is a battle for P2, and at this point, I don't think Stitchbury's going to line him up at the moment. We'll go back to Sergio in the battle for P5 and P6. Sorry.
Yep, De La Cruz on the inside of Tuller here, trying to get through. There's smoke and slide up in front, and somehow we haven't got anyone down to the inside. I've no idea who that might have been. If it was either Garcia or Perry, who will have gone for a big slide through 3 and 4 just in front of them. Now De La Cruz heads to the inside of the 90. Can he get there? He's not really committed enough at this stage. I think everybody exercising a little bit of caution to start this race, and there's, there's every reason to do that. It's a difficult circuit, and it's even more difficult to make moves as well. And so everybody's just deciding, no, I'm not going to do anything rash early on. I'm going to look for a nice considered move. And now De La Cruz gets to the inside into turn 1 and 2, and Sergio De La Cruz is up to 6th place.
You spoke too soon on that one, didn't he? He's been sizing him up for some of the 7 versus the 90 machine there. So Sergio will get himself up into the P6 position, practically where he started actually at this point. Tim Perry up the road, but look at that traffic course. Number 1 is coming down to start another lap, and that will be another lap 21, of course. 65 to go. We're getting through this very, very quickly at the moment. Huge gap, of course, between P1. That's a 1 second gap. That's the one place you want to be, but of course, a caution will just dramatize everything at this one. Further back, Carl wants a little bit of our Japanese driver of the 90 machine.
Yeah, it's Tuller who's going backwards now. Carl Jacquelet on the inside, but can't really drive that advantage home. He really will rip round the bottom though, and should get to the inside and through here into 7th place. It doesn't look like Tuller is having much joy up on the high side at the moment. Might want to go back, and which grazes the wall as well. Might want to go back down low again and look at that line. Vegard Olsen-Lear has lost a lot of places here, and look at this. This is madness back in the pack. There's cars everywhere.
Oh,
These
three
are where
abreast.
the big battles are.
No.
Wow, look at this.
You can't do 3 here, gentlemen. I do not recommend it. Last time 3 people did this one, 2 of them ended up in a hospital. Look at the 0-8 machine tapping the 24 on the fence as they get a little bit of a draft. That is a dicing with your hospital bills, gentlemen. Even though, thankfully, in the esports world, they don't have to visit any other one. But excitement. This is back in P12, 13, and 14.
It is, and Jordan Wenzel is coming up on these guys as well as the race leader, trying to put these guys a lap down. So he's going to have a terrible time of things trying to get through. Here is Chabolt's Murani to the inside here through 3 and 4. He can't quite do it on this occasion, but he gets a nice line through there. He can just hold it tighter on the way out, but a good block there by Olsen-Lear to hang on to what is 13th place. But there in the background, there's Wenzel. There he is in the 81 car. He's working his way through these guys now, and it's danger time for the race leader.
This is fantastic. This is where it gets so spicy. I love the fact that sometimes we actually get a chance to look at the battles in the back here. 3 abreast. This is going to go insane at the moment. If they manage to drive to survive, Netflix, you did a new series.
Oh, wow. The 23 car right round everybody. That was very impressive indeed. And now comes Ryan Hyatt. It's free wide again. The 88 of Barnes right up on the high side, and going backwards through the middle is Paul Clark. He's now going to be overtaken by Ryan Hyatt, who's putting these guys a lap down. Again, Barnes with a nice run round the outside. He's finding some joy up high. We're already on to lap 30 of this one, by the way, and it's been a very breathless opening 30 laps.
I can't believe that we're having excitement like this because our lap traffic is coming big in play. Remember, those lap cars do not have to go. 3 abreast again. Look at this. This is Stitchbury in P3. There's contact, but they're still putting the right direction there, Ewan. Somehow, how are you getting these cars to fit on this tight track?
I've no idea how they're doing this, but Stitchbury has managed it. Now Perry is involved. It was previously a battle with Garcia, and Stitchbury's going to be blocked here by one of his Vegard Olsen-Lear, I think. Oh, and there's a caution. Crash in the background. I think it involves Tim Perry, who is around, unfortunately. What a shame for Tim Perry, and there he is up on the high side, the 83 car. He's struggling to find a place to get back going again. He needs to do it quickly, because otherwise he's going to go a lap down. He needs to get going, but there it is. Wenzel goes past, and Tim Perry may well be 1 lap down.
You called it right there. There he gives a tap for the 15. That's interesting. We'll have to rewind that a little bit because obviously you're just looking at the last second of the incident. There's obviously everything brewing up before that one. So keep an eye on the 83 and keep an eye on the 15. Talk us through this one. I'm just going to slow it down a little bit. Yeah.
So Garcia
That's the
hits
first
him in the rear.
contact.
Yeah, that's the first contact, and then he just drifts into him entirely. That's on Garcia for me there. Perry got turns, really, and unfortunately, that's put him a lap down. Not sure if he's still a lap down. He may... I'm not sure, actually. There have been some takers, by the way, in the pit lane.
There we go.
Jordan Wenzel's in, for example. He has come in, so has Hyatt and Stitchbury. In fact, everybody's in here. Everybody wants tyres, apart from... I think lap cars may be avoiding here. I'm not sure everybody entirely knows when they should be able to pit and when they shouldn't, but roughly half of the field, maybe a little bit more than that, is into pit lane.
I think you're absolutely correct on that one. About half of the cars are in pit road. We can't show you currently on the tower, but take it for our word. We know. I mean, God, you're talking about a man here that was elected to be one of the representatives to get the trophy of one of the best commentators of the season, didn't you? So, if you don't know, my friend, nobody knows. But what we do know is that the drivers are down the pit road, so they are elected. I would do it. I would do it because, you know, fresh boots opportunity. This could be the only caution of the race, remember. We've gone almost halfway through. So,
yeah,
take an opportunity. Yeah. And the other drivers are coming in now. So I think you're right about that one. When the call to come in pit road is or not.
Where did Paul Clark lose his front end there? I think that's him, just in the bottom of that shot with no front end for some reason. So that's a bit of a problem. Now, it's going to take some working out who's actually leading here and who should be leading and who is actually where. Because Jack Werrell is currently leading, but he's made a pit stop. The previous leaders, like Wenzel, he is working his way to the front, actually, is Wenzel. So he should be the actual leader of the race. In terms of those who are actually on the lead lap here, Mark Werrell should get the wave around because he stayed out on the on the circuit. He's in the 93, so Werrell should get the wave around. We've already seen one of the drivers get the lucky dog, but because of all the madness that was going on at the time, couldn't quite work out who it was. But effectively, everybody's been into the pit lane here, apart from Werrell, who has stayed out so that he gets back onto the lead lap in 14th place.
Yeah, there's Mark Worrell at the moment. He's got to go back down to pit road. Unless he's going to gamble it, why not? I mean, the man has gained 4 positions. He's has not elected to go to pit road, so he's going, all right. And you know what's even can be clever in a play there for the 93 machine as well? Is you remember that what happens? We all know this one. What do safety cars breed?
Yeah, safety cars.
Exactly. So there's a good chance he gets a chance to scoot on around, isn't it? That's the 14 actually scooting on around at the moment.
Yeah, so we've got Werrell back on the lead lap again, and that brings us to 14 on the lead lap now.
Yeah, there's the 93. So he got wave around.
So he did get the wave around. Yeah, he did stay out, and that's.
But he doesn't get a box.
Got the wave around.
Doesn't get a pit road, so he's going to be starting back there. Oh, that's.
He won't get to pit lane, and he'll have to start at the back, as you said. So we'll be ready to go back green flag racing again. Only the first 4 rows get double file. The rest of the field not sorted out, and John Wenzel immediately down to pit lane. Don't know what's gone on there at all for the championship leader, but he has been forced to pit lane. He must have had an infringement at some point along the way. And now there's contact between the 2 leaders. Stichbury and Hyatt for the lead.
Doorback, and he's going to be sliding in the moment of the 3 machine. Ryan has to hold on to it. Hold on tight, my dear friend. He's door banging the 15 machine. He does not want to let Vasquez Garcia through here at the moment, but at some point he has. Stichbury in the lead. I think he might have paid off those tyres, although we don't know if he actually took tyres. But look at that. I've never seen a restart like that, Ewan, when you have side-by-side door banging on lap 39 at this point.
What a fantastic start to this race we've had. I say start. We've had most of the race now. This is halfway through.
Caution.
We've got a caution. So the lucky dog should go to Tim Perry, actually, who's worked his way to the front. As far as I can work out, Tim Perry should be the lucky dog, and he'll get back onto the lead lap. But what has happened here? Oh dear, it's John Boy Mel who's gone into the wall at turn 1, and he's collected quite a few drivers with him.
Is that a pit road? No, that's not a pit road.
Loose on his own.
Yep, the 42 machine, that's completely on his own, and that's called the caution. What's happened here, do you think?
Yeah, he's just got loose off of 4, I think. No, nothing to do with anybody else, I wouldn't imagine.
There it is, cooked it. Oh, yeah, cold tyres, perhaps.
Maybe, not quite up to pressure
that's
just yet.
That hurts.
Hard into the wall.
Yep, thankfully, the only thing that ever probably hurt our Norwegian driver would be force feedback, at best, thankfully. Oh, he could get a bit of a butt kick, couldn't he? If he does have the butt kicker equipment, you will feel the pain when you hit the wall if you have it.
There you go.
I guarantee you that one. Welcome everybody in the chat as well too. We'll read that one out there. Ewan, hello everybody. Black flag, clear please. No. Well, we're not the judge, duty and executioners
we're not
up here.
able to do that. I wonder if that was Jordan Wenzel. Is that his name in YouTube? I don't know.
Marco's Pit Road.
Clearly he wasn't.
Coming out. Oh, did he? I don't think he boxed.
So I think that was Wenzel.
Oh, no.
So Wenzel came into the pit lane there to clear a penalty. He's now 1 lap down, I think.
Yes.
No, he's 2 laps down, excuse me. And so that's really ruined his race. But unfortunately, it was an undeserved, at least he believes, undeserved penalty, black flag, and he hasn't been able to clear it. So he's now 2 laps down.
I think he did. It looked like it was going to turn into pit road, but it doesn't have to. That's currently the 81 machine we're looking at the moment. We don't know. Race control and all that sort of stuff sorts it out. But we do have our Japanese driver heading on the pit road in the 90 machine. So electing to go to the end of the field, really, by doing it. Because going to take on Splash and Dash. You can see the damaged car, obviously, from the previous accident. But he's going to... Well, whilst we're just waiting in the caution, what do you think he's going to do? See if he takes both tyres as well, too. It would be one side.
Yeah, I'd imagine it'll be both because he's in there on his own.
Oh, yeah, damage
I think he's
too.
taking a fast repair.
Yep,
maybe it's just a fast repair.
That's fast repair, yep. You can see a little bit of damage got repaired.
Yep. So he'll drop to the tail end of the lead lap. Oh dear, and he's exited, and with people not entirely sure where to go. It's a bit confusing. iRacing will be directing them as to where to go, but it doesn't make it any less confusing sometimes. And sometimes
not
iRacing,
Michael Massey, is it? From the Formula One. I'm Australian too, right? So I do feel for that one. But Michael Massey and everybody trying to figure it out. But what we have figured out, obviously, is that Stitchberry is the man in the lead. Now, just to give you a brief, do we have time? Pace car, the truck lights? No, we probably, we will have a little bit of time. Here's your standings, my dear friend. Jordan.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the big moment. Jordan Wenzel 2 laps down. Stitchberry though, 7 points off of him and on the lead lap and leading right now. So that's why it's important, and that is why it's such a big moment. And Wenzel saying, yeah, he got a penalty for something that he didn't commit. That was him, by the way, saying in the YouTube chat. So that is such a shame for him. A bit of bad luck going his way, and unfortunately, he's been set back a long way in this race now. But with still 39 to go, the green flag will wave again at Bristol, and we're underway for the second restart after our second caution of the day. Stitchberry with a huge opportunity now to put some points into his biggest championship rival.
Yeah, I find the restarts on NASCAR is if you get that baby all timed up perfectly, you've got it. You're down the road there. It'll take at least 3 or 4 laps for anybody to catch you at best, unless you make a mistake. Further back in the field, that's where you want to get it. The challenge for P5 and P6 at the moment. Look at the jack at the moment for the 65 machine, trying to bring it to the 99 of Matt. And what did you see, sir? We have something in the back, right? Oh, there's a big pile up.
It's carnage.
It's huge.
It's carnage. Wenzel gets through. Mac Barnes was involved. So was the 08s, the 93, Murray, Mark Werrell, that is. And, no!
Turned into him.
Around is Mark Werrell straight into Ewan Stitchberry. That is such a shame for the race leader.
He turned into Ewan. No! Oh, this changes the complete dynamics of this race, and we got 36 laps at least to go, give or take, from what we're going to have in pit road, my friend.
Yeah, it's the restarts, isn't it, that's really doing for these guys. That's what's proving to be especially difficult. This is what happened off of the... it's happening already in front of us. So it's Mac Barnes who's in the wall first, along with the 08 of Murray as well. Werrell can't really avoid, goes head-on into Barnes, and then he comes back down the hill again. And everybody else is sort of forced to pile in here and doesn't have time to react. There's Paul Clark going smashing in the 24. Tourboy Mel gets through in the 42.
What about Stitchberry? I'm curious about here.
Yeah.
This is the biggest problem for him.
Yeah, he's down on speed. He is backing off on the way in here, and he has backed off sufficiently under a yellow flag. He's not speeding here, but Werrell just spins around right in front of him.
Oh, that's going to hurt big time. Oh, he's an innocent party. He's like, what did you do that to me? That's going to be something he's going to be absolutely... I can't say that language, obviously, on air, but you got to feel for it. He's in pit road right now. Look at this. Frustrated. He'll
go to the back end of the lead lap. He'll get his fast repair. He'll get 4 tyres probably, and he'll be on the tail end of the lead lap. But what a disappointment that is for him. And so, he's missed his pit box as well, just to add to his woes. There's the fast repair.
He's taking
tyres. He might as well take 4 tyres as well.
Why not? And he's been good on tyres. He's been kind on his tyres. Is he going to take both sides? Yes. So, also, we have our Hungarian, is it the Hungarian flag, if I'm not mistaken there?
Yep.
Driving in here as well, too. I can never pronounce those Hungarian names, but don't take it away from me there. I can't even pronounce your first name as well, too. But you're okay, my dear friend, because you're in the race and you're back about P12, give or take. 53 down, 33 to go. This could be a sprint race to the end for sure, but can Ryan hold on? 2 positions gained.
Let's see, Brian Hyatt in the lead of this race right now. He's only 8th in the championship, but ran really well at Daytona, just didn't have the race result to go with it. And that's set him a long way back in this championship, unfortunately for him. But there's still a long way to go in this championship. Will be done at Talladega on the 19th of March. Here on the JPB YouTube channel, so there's still a long way to go, and there could be a long way to go in this race as well. Still more than 30 to go in what's going to be quite a short one in the end, but we got a fantastic green flag run to start off this race. I just hope that we get a nice one to end it as well.
We do, Ewan, and how good are you going to fly you over to Talladega, or of course down there in Georgia? I have commentators that I work with, of course, the redneck announcer. He'll take us for a bit of a barbecue, my friend. So have you ever barbecued in the great south of the United States of America, my friend? You should come down there. Talladega is like basically just a small town, my friend, with one of the most famous racetracks.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Talladega was Alabama, by the way, but I might be wrong.
Alabama. Yeah, sorry, my apologies.
Yeah,
on that one. You gotta. I was testing to see if you were aware of your American geography.
My American geography is terrible, so I'd be surprised if that's even right. Anyway, 31 to go here at Bristol, which is in Tennessee, by the way. I knew that. 31 to go, and we're back underway again. Ryan Hyatt is underway from the front, and it's Garcia now second, which is where he qualified, although he hasn't really made up many overtakes here so far today. It's Stella Cruz and Jack Werrell and Matt Barnett, the likes of those who have been really making up the places on the road, and they're now third, fourth and fifth as we get back green flag racing all over again now.
This is when it comes spicy and dicey, because 30 to go, so you're like, oh, 30 laps to go. If it's sort of super speedway, yes, that'll take some time. But not in this speedway, and not in this short track, as we're getting a 4 abreast, almost. And we saw it before. We did see it, and that's because lap cars come in and play. But at the moment, it's not lap cars, it's greedy cars, greedy for positions here at the moment. 58 down, 28 to go.
There's Wenzel on the outside at the moment looking for places, but he's 2 laps down, tied down in 17th position as well. Stitchbury's back to 9th, by the way, in the field. Oh, and was that him getting, it was, getting into the back of Tim Perry in this fight for 8th place, so that wasn't ideal at all. He's got to be careful of that as Stitchbury. On the inside there is Bjorklund. We're almost 3 wide. You can see him in the 89 there, down low, by the way. Round the outside goes Perry. He'll be through, and Stitchbury might be as well up on the high side.
We still have Hyatt leading at the moment. Not too much action at the front end, the business end, the sharp end of this race, but this is where it's all at the moment. These drivers at the moment could also change the whole dynamics of this, because if it all goes pole shape, we're going to go to another caution. I'm sure the drivers don't, but Stitchbury's climbing his way back here. The 22 machine, here he is, back up to P7 at the moment there.
Fantastic driving from Stitchbury so far. He's into 7th position, just backing off his Thortula there into 6th place. But Stitchbury, as I say, making up places again. And at the moment, he would gain 10 points on Wenzel, and that would be a championship lead provisionally for him at the halfway stage in the NASCAR Super Series. 24 to go here at Bristol. If it's a green flag run to the end, that is not very much time at all. Only about 6 or 7 minutes or so. There is not much time left in this race to make up the places. Garcia right now 1/3 of a second away from Ryan Hyatt in this battle for the race win.
I'm wondering how this is what I love about a great driver course. Stitchbury's going to be not giving up. Remember, he was challenging for the race win. And he's like, it ain't over yet until Barney waves that flag. 22 to go, of course. Up the inside there, the Japanese driver, the 90 machine there. Guts and glory here for the 22. Can't quite get it done just yet. You know how difficult it is to overtake. What you need is a driver to make a little bit of a mistake there, Ewan.
Thortula holding well off the outside, and he's just pinching Stitchbury enough as well. Not letting the 22 really flex his muscles by running out wide at all, and so Stitchbury reverts to the outside line instead, where he's found a lot more joy. Now he's going to have to be given the space by Tuller, and Stitchbury should be through into 6th position now, right round the outside and into that position, so a good overtake from him. Then he's got Barnett and Werrell just up in front now, looking for 4th and 5th position maybe.
He's got a teammate. He's got a teammate like this. You can tell they're teammates for sure, because to win 22.99. Now, what will his teammate do? Will they tapped into the wall there? That is the 22. That's the 65, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here at the moment. I really don't. Are they going to work together or not? Stitchbury, of course, no. It's his teammate behind. He's up at a P4. He's got 17 to go. Is it possible, Ewan? Is it possible to catch the leaders?
Oh, contact. Barnett and Werrell have merged their names as they merged into each other in towards turn 1, but we stay green. There was only a short bit of contact and we stay green. Tuller there alongside Perry, I think it is. It is, by the looks of things, Perry on the inside and the 83, but the outside looking strong around here at Bristol. 15 to go now at the line. What a great race this has been, and what a great run we're having at the moment.
I'm wondering if anything can happen up the front at the moment. We haven't really shown too much of that on your pictures because nothing has changed. Ryan, happy, the number 3 machine. My favorite number 2, Ryan. But he's got traffic. And you all know what happens with traffic. If you've ever been to Los Angeles, California, that's one place you don't want to be. But you're not in Los Angeles at the moment. You've got to get past all these lap cars. And where can he go? That's going to cost him a bit of time. Guess what? Garcia is hunting him down.
Olsen, Lear and Murray, two of those who are battling, and they're going to go a lap down if they're not careful, so they're really not going to want to be overtaken. There's Garcia, almost into the back of Ryan Hyatt, who's looking for places. Round the outside of Murray, he goes. Very close
there
to
it is.
contact, and there is.
There's a
Ryan
big
Hyatt
goal.
tries to avoid. He goes for a spin. Oh, and the leaders are gone. All four of the leaders, in fact, are gone. They've been caught up in the accident, and Garcia looks to be leading the race.
This is why you never give up. Winston Churchill, of course. You never give up, you never surrender. Because Barney hasn't waved the flag. He's still got 12 laps to go. And just like that, our leader that's been doing a solid job. Traffic, as I said. California, baby. Well, it ain't California here, my friend, but look what happened.
Well, Hyatt didn't have a lot of choice here. It was the 226 just going up high into Mark Werrell in the 93. Hyatt ducks down low to try to avoid, but Werrell's also trying to avoid. He goes for a spin, does Ryan Hyatt. He'll be into the wall, I'm afraid. He will lose places, and look at the three behind. They were all fighting. The top three were all in a line there, and they've all been caught up in that incident, leaving Alvaro Vasquez Garcia to lead this race.
And just like that, you mentioned, just like that, incidents occurred. And it's the lap traffic. That's what it does around here. That's what produces in Bristol Motor Speedway, because it's such a short track. You got to catch the pack pretty quickly at navigating it. Will he go pit road? Yes, he will.
Oh, he's in.
Yep.
Garcia's in. I can't believe this.
By himself,
must
too.
Have damage.
No,
And
they're going in. Everybody
the
else is
others are
going
as
in.
well. Dela Cruz is in. Barnett, Werrell, Hyatt, Bjorkland, Perry, Tuller, Stitchbury, LeMay, and Jacqueline. Everybody on the lead lap is into the pit lane. I was not expecting that.
Well, it's up to the leader, isn't it? I have to say, because Garcia had the biggest shoulders to fill. It's almost go back to that Formula One moment, wasn't it, when Lewis Hamilton went in and started on the front row of the grid by himself, because everybody else elected to do something else. That's what you got to do, and you don't know what's going on behind you, and they've all elected to go in. The only person stayed out is Mac Barnes. Mac Barnes has elected to the 88 machine to say, I got it. Maybe 9 to go, maybe 8 to go. I can do it.
Is he coming in second time round? Did he not realise that he could come in? Oh, no, he is staying out.
He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't have to come in.
You wouldn't at this point. No. Because you've got essentially like 9 to go currently at the moment. We're going to remember once that bunch up. That's probably 8 to 7 to go. If he has the gasoline, he boxed on lap 49. So as long as he's gassed up, tyres are not going to be pretty. Guarantee you that. However, hey, 13 positions gain. I'll take that any day of the week.
He's got the fuel. Mirani and Wenzel are going to take the wave around. That will put Mirani on the lead lap, and he'll become the 13th and last car on the lead lap. Jordan Wenzel will be 1 lap down with the possibility of getting up to 14th in this race. So good call from both of those two to take the wave around, and then we'll have Garcia who will lead them off. As I say that, I'm very surprised people came in. I guess once Garcia's come in, you're somewhat forced into it, but I'm surprised because, as you say, when we go back racing again, there'll be about 5 or 6 to go, in which there is not very much time remaining for you to make use of those new tyres.
No, and we all know that if you get a good launch off the start in the NASCAR series, you're up the road. You are up the road, my friend. You generally have about half a second gap over everybody else before you even to turn 3s and 4s and down the backstretch. So he's at least brought himself a lap or 2. And what he's praying at the moment is that that pace car does not peel in, because the more laps that the pace car does right now, the more chances he has to win. So Garcia's looking solid and strong, and see how it pans out. However, of course, the rest of the field, tyres-wise, not really any difference. So what do you guys out there in the chat think? Predictions, please. We love it. 7 to go. Garcia in the lead.
Will be 6 to go when we get to the line, and what a restart this is going to be. Garcia in control of the field alongside Sergio De La Cruz, who was up there at Daytona, had the chance to win. Now he's got another one at Bristol. Garcia gets us back to green. We're 6 to go in the Nascar Super Series. This is going to be intense, and it's going to be Garcia with the best advantage. He takes the lead through 1 and 2. Stitchbury, though, up to second. He's got a big chance of winning this race.
Stitchbury has to catch him pretty quickly at the moment, massively. He doesn't have to worry about Sergio and Ryan, remember, as well, too. On a revenge hunt after the incident that he didn't have any choice about. So what can they do? What can they do? Exactly. 5 to go at the moment there. Garcia leading. Look at that. He's comfortable at the moment. Stitchberry hunting him down big time. Race win on the grabs and championship points on the grabs.
They are free to go when we get to the line, but Garcia's got a good advantage. Hyatt is on the low side here and he's struggling. Everybody struggled on that lower line so far today, and he's getting freight trained. It's Ryan Hyatt. It's Jack Werrell and Tim Perry round the outside of him, and Hyatt's got down to 6th position, I'm afraid, in this one. He restarted in 4th. Not good news for him at all. 2 to go here in Bristol. We've got just a couple, or indeed 1 mile remaining around here at Bristol. Side-to-side contact very nearly with Perry and Werrell, but not quite for 4th position. They'll still go side by side. White flag out here in Bristol. 1 to go. We will get this green flag run to the end of the race, and it looks like it's going to be Garcia to take this home. The 15 car, the 15 driver's not had a good season so far, but he's going to take the checkered flag at Bristol. Alvaro Vasquez Garcia is a NASCAR Super Series race winner. 27th in points coming into today. Takes the full amount of points here this afternoon, and he is the winner at Bristol.
He should be ecstatic, exactly. Right place, right time. Remember, the man actually qualified very, very well as well. So he didn't just earn this because everybody else binned it. He did it because he also did a fantastic qualifying run. So all the other drivers have a little bit of a spinneroo and fun. But do your burnouts, my friend. You deserve the 15 machine. Vasquez Garcia for the 15 Ford. Burnouts, my friend. Bristol Motor Speedway is yours.
He is the winner here this evening. Oh, and he's burnt out his tyres so much he's now crashed into the wall. But he'll be very pleased with tonight's action, as we should be as well. A fantastic evening of racing here. Just 85 laps, of course. And it was Alvaro Vasquez Garcia who took the win. Ewan Stitchbury will be pretty aggrieved to finish second today. Sergio De La Cruz, I'd imagine, will be pleased with third. It's another top 5 for Jack Werrell, with Ryan Hyatt wondering what he could have had out of today. He beat Tim Perry to the line ahead of Matt Barnett. Thor Tuller, Kim Andre Björklund and Carl Jacquelet round out the top 10. Mac Barnes finished 11th ahead of Saboch Murray and Paul LeMay. 1 lap down was Paul Clark ahead of Vegard Olsen-Lear and Jordan Wenzel. Choboy Mel finished 5 laps down in the 17th position. Mark Werrell was 6 laps down, as far as I can work out, and then we had Stuart Pearson a few further laps back than that, 17 laps down. Jason Hale actually never took the start of that one on that occasion. But what a fantastic race that was. It was expected by a lot of these drivers to be a lot of cautions and not very much racing, but we got our fair share of racing here this evening.
Yeah, just a couple of cautions really at the end of the day, which I was very, very impressed with, because cautions breed cautions. And at the end of the day, you know, the whole thing can change, but you got to give it to Stitchberry, really. You do have to give it to him. He's still got a podium. He had to drive his absolute pants out of that Aura Motorsports number 22 machine to get it done. I was absolutely stoked on that one too. And Sergio Martinez De La Cruz, God, that's so smoothing, isn't it, when you say that one? Also gaining 3 positions for the number 7 machine to finish in P3.
Stuart Pearson apologising to someone for something on that on the end there, but he finished quite a few laps down, unfortunately. But yeah, probably the best race we've seen so far this season. Fantastic stuff, very much enjoyable. But unfortunately, because that's that only short track we've got here this time around, the shortest other track that we've got, we've already been to Charlotte Motor Speedway, 1.5 miles around there. All of the others 2.5 miles around their respective racetracks. Daytona, which we've already had, but the last 3, Pocono, Indianapolis, Talladega, some long tracks to come, and unfortunately we won't see a race quite like Bristol again this season.
No, we won't, but we'll have Talladega and those classic tracks, of course, that bring classic action. But I couldn't believe we had 3 abreast here anyway. And you can get 4 abreast in some of those other tracks as well, too, as you mentioned. God, can we go to Bathurst and bring these cars to Bathurst? Unfortunately, it ain't going to happen, but yes. I mean, I didn't expect that here this evening, but you'd have to say it was the lap traffic that really, really was the difference, and that's the reason why, isn't it? Because it's such a short track. You'll catch those lap cars pretty quickly, and they did throw a spanner in the mix.
Yeah, are we able to switch over to Discord and have a chat to
yes, absolutely.
Sergio?
Let's do that, my friend.
Let's do that, yeah. All right, let's switch around. If the audio is working at the moment.
Yep, I can hear you clearly. Yep. Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Good. Hello. So let's have a little bit of a chat, shall we, to Sergio De La Cruz, who has finished third in that race here this evening. Welcome in, Sergio. Good to have you with us. How are you feeling after that race? We enjoyed that as the best race of the season so far. What was it like from your point of view?
Oh man, it was amazing. I mean, I couldn't even look at the relative. It's so intense all the time. And yeah, especially, I was surprised we had such a long first stint. I think we went to lap 35, maybe. But yeah, it was really nice. I was a bit, I don't know if it was I was lucky or unlucky in the final yellow when I crashed into the some other cars. But yeah, luckily I had the fast repair. I was a bit slow at the restart, but so I lost a position. But third place is fine for me.
Absolutely, more than fine. You mentioned the circuit. Just how much work did you have to put into learning Bristol before tonight's race?
I mean, learning the corners was easy. It's 4 lefts, but I just bought the car yesterday, to be honest. And but yeah, yesterday I put a bit of practice, and I just knew that I had to be very careful at the exit of turn 4 because it was so easy to lose the car there. So yeah, I just took it easy and thought, okay, I will just try not to crash and let's see where I can finish.
I have a quick question for you. This is Dean Biggles up here in the casting booth. I love your name, by the way, too. De La Cruz sounds like you're cruising away, obviously, to another podium. But second question I really wanted to have, do you have any butt-kicking equipment that kicking your butt into your driving performances?
I hope I did, but no, I don't. I'm on the low side of the spectrum in terms of hardware, so I'm still driving with my old G27. So yeah, it's I don't think it was probably so important here. I don't know. I never tried that, so.
Well, we'll have to get you some in the future, of course. So yeah. Anyway, over to you, Ewan.
Yeah, well, whatever works, isn't it? Just tell us a little bit about the rest of the season, Sergio. What rounds can we expect to see you at, and what are you expecting from them?
I'm hoping to race all the 3 remaining events. Yeah, normally on Tuesdays I am more available. So I don't think I have raced in any of those in proper NASCAR racing. So I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to Talladega because it should be. I like super speedways, even though I'm not so good there. But I like the close racing. So yeah, looking forward to that.
We look forward to seeing you there. Sergio, thanks very much for coming to chat to us, and congratulations on third here tonight.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks very much. Sergio De La Cruz there joining us at the end of tonight's race. Third place and a great run for him tonight, just a second off the win. And I think that's just about going to do it for us tonight, Biggles. It's been fantastic racing here at Bristol. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time, of course, at Pocono. It's going to be a very different race when we get to there. Just as I begin to wrap up, though, Alvaro Vasquez Garcia joins the interview room. I'm not sure whether that's to actually chat to Sergio or chat to us, but...
I'll bring him in. Of course, it's the race winner. It's his first race win of the season. We have to speak to the number 15 machine.
Yeah. Let's try, shall we? And bring him in now. Alvaro, welcome to the broadcast booth. Good to have you with us. How are you feeling after that race here tonight at Bristol?
Well, I'm still over the moon. I'm still shaking. I mean, it was intense. I wasn't counting on, like, what it was, 35 green laps at the beginning. I thought it was going to be a wreck fest, but today we behaved and we had a nice race.
It was a very nice race. I mean, there was a lot of discussion in the week about the potential for there to be a lot of cautions, but as you just mentioned, there was a long green flag run at the start. What were you specifically expecting in terms of cautions tonight?
I mean, I wasn't expecting 35 green laps at all. I thought it was going to be like at the beginning, a lot of yellows, maybe in the middle of the race, maybe 2, 10, 15 laps stints at most. But in the end, I think we had like 3 cautions, I think. And so, yeah, I wasn't expecting that, certainly.
And the final of them, you had a big decision to make with regards to pitting or not. How difficult was that decision at the time under the final caution to come into the pit lane?
Well, it was quite easy because I was involved in the accident that caused the caution, and I still had my two fat repairs. So I had to pit, and I was lucky enough to come out first. I don't know how. I have to check the replay, but I was lucky in that sense. And from then on, with new tires and launching first, it was kind of easy to get the win. Always shaking with the nerves, but well, it was a nice finish, of course.
Yeah, it was a great drive. Congratulations on the win here tonight, Alvaro. Great to have a chat with you as well. So we'll let you go now. Congratulations, and thanks for coming to chat to us.
Wait, I have one more question. I have a question for you, Mr. Garcia. I'm sorry, after hearing you, absolutely fantastic drive, of course, for the 15 machine. You can't miss that to orange machine.
Yeah.
Yep, lovely. And you're in the right place at the right time. But one thing when I listened to you in the interview, I honestly thought I know this is the first time anybody's ever told you this, but you sound like Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
From Formula One. So you've got to do it. Everybody's expecting it. All right, you've got this race win. What would you say? What would you sing?
Me? Well, I'm Spanish also, so.
You're gonna say smooth what? Come on, do it for us, please, my dear friend. What would this?
What would I sing? Smooth operator, maybe?
Smooth operator, exactly. Go ahead, my friend, as you cross the line.
Smooth operator.
There you go. Thank you very much. That's what I was looking out for. Good on you. Oh, go ahead.
I sing as good as him. Well, thank you.
Alvaro, thanks for going to.
Do you want me to sing? Really? Do you want me to sing?
Go ahead. You're the race winner. Come on quickly while you're on
no,
the air.
No, you don't want me to sing.
All right. Well, thank you, my
friend. Thank you very much.
Race win feels good. Much. Trophies on the cabinet.
Smooth operator.
Yes. Woo. Love it.
See you guys. Bye.
Congratulations. See you in a couple of weeks' time, Alvaro. Congratulations. There we are, Alvaro Vasquez Garcia chatting to us and singing as well. I didn't expect to hear that on the broadcast here tonight. That's just about it, though, from us here at Bristol. Thanks so much to everyone who's been watching here this evening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time, as I mentioned, with the next round of this championship. That's coming up at Pocono in a couple of weeks' time. For now, though, from myself, Ewan and Biggles alongside me, make sure you subscribe to the JPB YouTube channel for all the other racing that's going on over the course of this week. Until we see you at one of those, it's goodbye for now.